If you're new to manifestation, then this video is for you. So I am going to share with you 11 law of attraction tips. And yes, 11 might sound like a lot, but by the time you get to the end of this video, you will understand everything that you need to know when it comes to manifesting and creating your reality. So the first tip I'm going to give you is to let go. And what I mean by that is we need to let go of things that are energetically weighing us down. So I'm going to show you a picture of the scale of consciousness. Now, as you can see on the scale of consciousness, we have love, which is a high vibrational frequency, which vibrates at 500. And that's our natural state of being. When we were born, we came in on the love frequency. Now, there are things that weigh our energy down and we get dragged into the lower frequencies, things like anger, desire, fear, shame, guilt. So we need to learn to let go of things like our self-limiting beliefs. We all have self-limiting beliefs, and beliefs create reality. So learn to become aware of your self-limiting beliefs. I have other videos on this. And then let go of the self-limiting beliefs and learn to wire in new, better beliefs that will serve you. You also want to let go of things like outcome, attachment, control, and desire. These things keep us in lower frequencies, and when we're in these lower frequencies, we aren't good at manifesting, right? As we raise our vibration up that scale of consciousness into the higher frequencies like love, joy, peace, and gratitude, our energy is so much more magnetic, and that's how we manifest and bring things in really fast, really quick, and effortlessly. So learn to let go. And another thing to let go of is how it's going to happen. The how isn't your job, that is the universe's job. So your job is to know what you want, to let go of the things that are energetically weighing you down, and trust the universe will bring it to you in divine timing. Don't worry about the how. Don't try and control the situation. Controlling comes from the ego. So trust the universe. Now, my second tip is to feel good. Now, that's linked to the first tip I just gave you, right? With the scale of consciousness. You want to feel good because when you have elevated emotions, when you're operating in higher frequencies like love, joy, peace, gratitude, when your emotions are elevated, your energy is more magnetic. So because you have more magnetic energy, you attract things in so much easier. And another tip I'll give you to feel good is you may need to heal from your painful past. There may be things that happened to you in childhood that you're still clinging on to. That's, it still hurts you. You still have that pain there. You may have resentment and anger. So healing from our painful past, healing our wounds, which I've had to do this for myself. Everyone needs healing. Like honestly, we all need healing. There's nothing wrong with it. But as we heal our wounds and we release these things from our energy, from our body, from our subconscious mind, your vibration will naturally start raising back up and you will start feeling good. You want to feel good in your everyday life. So you want to, just feel happy and joyful. Now, as I say that though, I don't want you to think that you're not allowed to have negative emotions. We are human beings and we are emotional beings, and we don't want to suppress or repress negative emotions. So when it comes to feeling negative emotions, the key is to feel them because feeling is healing. That's how we release it. So don't try to distract yourself from negative emotions. But the key is to really spend your dominant amount of time in the high vibrational frequencies and feeling good. You are a better magnet for attracting the things in that you want. Now, my third tip is to use visualization. So visualization, which, you do that using your imagination, and imagination has been proven scientifically proven to be extremely powerful. This is our manifestation tool that we must use. So as we use visualization, what you want to do is you really want to go into a meditative state, because as you close your eyes, you're disconnecting from the outer world and the focus starts going on in the inner world. And as you do that, as you disconnect from the outer world, the neocortex is going to slow your brain waves down. So you will drop from beta into alpha and then into theta. When you're in the theta brainwave, that is when you want to use visualization. And that's when you start imagining yourself in your desired reality. You know, you may want to manifest money. Start imagining yourself having all this money in your life, and then get emotionally involved. Like, how does it feel having this money right now? You want to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That is how you bring it in. So again, you go into a meditative state, start using your imagination, start visualizing whatever it is that you're wanting, and then get emotionally involved. And you want to treat this like a practice. So for me, I do it 2 to 3 times a day. You can't do this once and expect results. That's like going into the gym and lifting weights for one day and then expecting to be all muscly. You know what I mean? It's a practice. So the other cool thing about using visualization and tapping into the theta brainwave is we are reprogramming our subconscious mind. The theta brainwave is when we're in our subconscious. And 95% of your outer reality comes from the programming of your subconscious mind. So this is why visualization is extremely powerful. So I recommend creating a habit where you're using it every single day, and you will get the reality you want. Now, my 4th tip is to get into the vibration of feeling whole and complete. Because when you're in the vibration of feeling whole and complete, you don't need anything. And when you don't need anything, that's when it comes in. If you are really needy for things, I really want this, I really want that, I just need it right now, you butcher up the energy dynamics. Because it's all an energy game. So if you're butchering up those energy dynamics, you're going to create resistance and blocks, and you'll stop it from coming in. So you don't want to be needy. You want to be in the vibration of you're whole and complete. You don't need anything. And when you embody that vibration, that's when you will attract it in. Now, my 5th tip is to take action. So you can't just sit around and use visualization and hoping and wishing for things without putting the action in. It doesn't work like that. So for example, I'm building a YouTube channel. I use visualization to imagine myself having this really big active YouTube channel. But do you think I'm going to have an active YouTube channel if I'm not taking action, if I'm not making videos? Of course not, right? So you have to put action in. You've got to get off your butt and do some work. Now, my 6th tip is a really cool tip, very simple yet effective, and that is gratitude. Start practicing daily gratitude. Replace complaining with gratitude, because it's really easy for us to complain about, things in our everyday life. But if you replace complaining with gratitude, it will literally shift your reality. So gratitude is a high vibrational frequency, and it's the frequency of receiving. So the way the laws of the universe work is whatever frequency you're tuned into is the reflection you get back in your reality. If you're tuned into the frequency of fear, you're always in fear of something, you're going to attract things into your reality to be in fear of. If you have genuine gratitude for the things that you have in your life right now, that's the frequency you're tuned into, the reflection you will get back is the universe will bring more things into your life for you to be grateful for. So this is why gratitude is simple yet really effective. Incorporate the habit of practicing daily gratitude. So for example, I start my day thinking of 3 things I'm grateful for, and I use the number 3 because that's one of the universal numbers. And then as I go to sleep at night, I think of 3 things that happen during the day that I'm grateful for, and that keeps me in that vibrational frequency, and that's what brings amazing things in. So practice daily gratitude. Now, My 7th tip is if you're going to use affirmations, you have to use them in the present tense. So for example, I am so happy and grateful now that I have whatever it is you want. So let's say you want to earn $1 million. I am so happy and grateful now that I have $1 million. So you have to use affirmations in the present tense. You don't want to be like, I know that one day I'm going to have $1 million, because when you say that, it keeps it in the future. So you want to embody the energy of vibration of having it now. That is how you bring it in. Now, the other cool thing about using affirmations though is you can actually write your own ones. So you can write out, I am so happy and grateful for whatever it is you're wanting, and just make your own affirmations, however many you want, and then recite them every day. And the other thing is when you recite these affirmations, add emotion to it. Some people will just read them and it's like, I am so happy and grateful. Like you're just reading it, but you're not adding emotion. Feeling is the secret. That's a book by Neville Goddard. Now your subconscious mind is the emotional mind. So by adding emotion to it, you impress it on the subconscious mind, and everything that's impressed onto the subconscious mind has to be expressed in the physical reality. So add emotion, you could be enthusiastic, just make sure you're using it in present tense and adding emotions. Now number 8, my 8th tip is patience. Don't be in a rush for the thing you're trying to manifest. Like let's say you're really wanting to manifest love. You really want a relationship, you're being impatient about it. What ends up happening is you butcher up the energy dynamics and you'll create resistance and blocks, because when you're impatient, you're in a rush for it. That creates this desperate energy, and desperate energy repels and creates blocks. So learn to be patient, and it depends on how big your manifestation is. If it's a small manifestation, it's most likely going to come in a lot quicker. But if you're trying to manifest something bigger, it might be your dream home, it might be earning $1 million a year. These things are going to take time, so you've got to have patience. You want to, like the second tip I gave you want to feel good. You want to have elevated emotions whilst you're waiting for it to come in. But as you're waiting for it to come in, you're in that vibration of like, you already have it. It's already yours. And that's how it ends up coming in. Now, my 9th tip is to decrease the importance. When we make the thing we're wanting really important, we put it up on this pedestal and we are down here. And what we've done is we have vibrationally separated ourselves from it. You can't attract things in if you aren't a vibrational match. So decrease the importance, take it off the pedestal. You want to see it as natural for you to attract it in. And when you see it as natural for you to attract this thing in, you're on the same vibrational frequency. That's how you attract it in. You have to be a vibrational match. And so think of it like this. Importance equals repellent. If you make it important, you're going to repel it. So decrease the importance. My 10th tip is to be present to the moment. Now you can train yourself to become present to the moment. I do this by using a candle meditation where I light the candle. I do this every morning, like before I'm out of bed. I light the candle. I stare at the candle flame. As I breathe in, I put the awareness in my hands and my feet and my body, and I feel the separation between me and the candle. And then as I breathe out, I simply relax. And then as I breathe in, I put the awareness in my body. I feel the separation between me and the candle. And then I simply relax. Now, putting the awareness in the body is what trains you to become present to the moment. So you can do this while you're at work or, in your everyday life as well. Just put the awareness in the body, put the awareness in your feet, put the awareness in your hands. That trains you to be more present to the moment. Now, this is key with manifesting, because as you're present to the moment, you're like, I'm in the here and now, right? You can tap into the vibrational frequency of having your desire. I have $1 million. Oh, it's awesome. Whereas if you're worrying about the past, like you've got something that's bothering you from the past, or you're worrying about the future, that's messing with your thoughts and emotions, which is messing with your vibration, which again stops you from being able to attract it in. So being present to the moment is key. And like I said, you can use that candle meditation, which I've been using it for like a year and a half or so. And it's definitely trained me to be more present and in the here and now in my everyday life. So I highly recommend using that candle meditation technique. The other cool thing about it is when your energy's in the body and you're more present, you have a more magnetic energy that draws things to you. It draws people into you. You become more magnetic. So that's another really cool reason to do that candle meditation. And my last tip, number 11. This is a really important one, so I saved an important one for last, and that is self-hypnosis. So the way you work is you're basically like, your subconscious mind is what's ruling your life. So 95% of your outer reality comes from the programming of your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind was programmed in the first 7 years of your life, because in the first 7 years of your life, you were in the theta brainwave. The theta brainwave is when we're in the subconscious. So this is why kids soak things up like a sponge, because they're in their subconscious. And then after the age of 7, you move from the theta brainwave into alpha, and the programming's now locked in. That programming is what gets you your results in your life. So if you don't like the results, you have to change the programming. So for example, if you were born into a family that talked about having lack of money, there wasn't enough money, money doesn't grow on trees, we have to buy the cheaper food, that's programming you to be in lack of money. And that programming is what's going to get you your results in your reality. You're going to, like, you may want to manifest $1 million, but if your programming is to be in lack and scarcity of money, you won't be able to manifest until you change your programming. So that's what self-hypnosis is great for, because we can influence our subconscious mind so that we can get the things we want. So the way you do this is you go into a meditative state, because like I said with the third tip with visualization, as you go into the meditative state, your neocortex will slow your brainwaves down and you'll drop into theta, which is the subconscious. Theta was the brainwave you were in the first 7 years. So as you go into a meditative state and you drop into the theta brainwave, you're now in your subconscious mind and you can now influence it. The way you do this is listening to an audio recording. Something that's, could be talking about financial abundance. I use what's called a success hypnosis. There's heaps of these like subconscious programming videos on YouTube that you can use. And I'm going to eventually be making my own as well. But what you can do is just, like, the best thing to use is headphones or earphones and go into that meditative state, drop into theta brainwave and have that audio recording going straight into your subconscious mind, and it will reprogram. So let's say you want to earn $1 million a year, listen to something that's going to talk about being financially abundant, influence your subconscious mind. Repetition is key. So the two ways you reprogram the subconscious is self-hypnosis and repetition. So do it repetitively, like daily. Your programming will shift. And once the programming shifts, the outer reality will shift. So we want to use self-hypnosis because if we aren't brainwashing ourselves, something else is going to brainwash us. And like I said, one of the ways we influence our subconscious mind is repetition. So if you're being told, like the media is a great example for this, if you're being told the same thing every day through, say, the media, repetition, 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 that's going to be influencing your subconscious mind. So if you aren't brainwashing your own mind, someone else is going to be brainwashing it for you. So you want to make the choice to brainwash your own subconscious mind in a positive state, in a financial abundance type state, brainwash it so that you can get whatever your heart desires. So those are my 11 law of attraction tips. I hope you like this video, and if you got some sort of value out of it, let me know by smashing that like button or write a comment. If you like this sort of content, then subscribe and hit that bell notification. I hope you have an awesome day. Peace.